A bad mixture in your spray tank can result in a huge mess. Incompatible products or antagonism between products can significantly reduce your efficiency in the field. Following proper tank mixing procedures is important and will save you time and money in the long run.
So Brad, in our last episode, we looked at a jar test and how important that is. Now we want to take that up a step and look at our tank mixing procedures.
Right. So when we start to put all the ingredients into the tank into a large blend, one of the things that's often overlooked is our water source. Water is often our carrier for our tank mix, and we want to make sure that we have that water at the right pH balance. pH can affect the efficacy of many of the ingredients, both chemistry and fertility, that we're putting into that tank.
So Brad, what are some ways that we could identify if our water is going to be an issue?
That's a great question. One of the things you can do is take a water sample and send that off to a local lab and have that tested so you know what your pH is. You can also buy a simple test kit at home where you have some test strips that you can test your water yourself. And there are products on the market that you can use to actually buffer the pH and get it to just the right balance so you know it's going to work well with your tank mix.
So Brad, now that we've got our water figured out, what's the next step?
Okay, Ryan, well, the next step is to start putting our components in the tank. First thing though, we want to make sure we follow all label directions, and we want to make sure we stay compliant with each manufacturer's label. Once we start putting those in the tank, Ryan, we got an order we go through. We talked about this when we were jar testing, and that's that WALES acronym, W-A-L-E-S. Tell us again exactly what WALES stands for.
So WALES stands for the order that you're going to mix your product in. So we're going to start with W, wettable powders or water dispersible granules. We're going to move to A, which is we're going to agitate and add our adjuvants, such as our anti-foaming compounds or our buffers. After that is our L, which is going to be our liquids. After we've got those in, we're going to look at going to E, which is our emulsified concentrates. After that, last thing left to put in is our surfactants, which is our S. It's important when following this sequence that you allow the appropriate amount of time between each mix to allow for proper agitation of the product.
Thanks, Ryan, for that tank mixing information. Again, we want to check our water quality, we want to follow all label directions, and we want to make sure we follow that WALES mixing acronym, W-A-L-E-S, to make sure we put our tank mix together appropriately.
And for more information on tank mixing procedures, please visit agroliquid.com.